Wow. I did not mean for that to happen. Holy crap. Sorry. What we got here. My friend Tyler gave us some blue oyster mushroom spawn. There's another one back there. And we're gonna try a little experiment with it. Thanks, Tyler. So I'm gonna try a different method of inoculating logs. This method is a lot quicker, but I don't think it's gonna go as far as the drilling method, but I just want to try it out. It's called a chainsaw trench method. There's not a lot, I don't think there's a single YouTube video online. There's some forums and they say cut the log about 1/3 of the way through. So I'm gonna wax one of them and I'm gonna put saran wrap on the other. And I'm gonna just see which one works. I just made a little trench, you can see right there. I think this might actually fill up a few more than I realized. I'm gonna do this one with wax and I'm gonna do the other one with saran wrap. It's gonna take a lot of wax. Holy crap. Depending on how much left, I'm gonna make the trenches a lot smaller. Although the pictures I saw, they had some, they were about this size. It just doesn't seem like it's gonna survive. Don't know if that's gonna work. We'll see. So I'm using the plastic here. I don't really like this method, to be honest with you. I did make the trenches smaller on these, so it's stretching it a little bit further. We'll see how well the oysters actually colonize it. But it's a lot of single-use plastic, so I don't think Bill Mollison would approve of it. And we'll see if it actually takes. See, you have to, it's kind of tedious too, because you got to roll it without getting the spawn to like fall out, which is difficult. You got to put this duct tape on it to keep it on. And this, I mean, I literally have to wrap the whole thing in plastic. And it's just not holding. Not my favorite method. Here's what it looks like when it's done. The only thing I will say, this might be a decent method if you have to cut down like a bunch of sweet gums or something and you're out in the woods and it's hard to take a bunch of hot wax out there and inoculate it and have the wax out there to be able to seal it. So it might be an option to do this just on every log. But don't do it quite as, like I did 3 trenches on this one, but maybe one big log, do one big trench, and you might get the oysters to take it over, at least the oysters will take over a partial part of the log. So that might be a good use for it, but as far as cut up single logs like this, I don't think it's worth it. I would just drill the holes like we normally do. As I said, this spawn came from my friend Tyler, and it's whole grains and it's pretty loose, which is, makes it a little bit more difficult. Like the grain spawn from Mushroom Mountain is very, it's very ground up, and it might actually would stay in these trenches easier than this. But you know, it's free, I can't complain. The saran wrap is necessary because you have to keep the moisture in or the spawn will dry out. Okay guys, they're gonna sit here for like 6 months, and I probably won't get another fruiting until like 6 months after that. So if you're watching this in the future, check in the comments. I'll update if it worked. I've never actually seen anybody use the saran wrap before, so I have no idea if it's going to work. It's just I figured it might, so we're just going to try it out and see. Maybe don't try, or you could try it on your own, whatever you want to do, but just no promises from me that it's actually going to work. I don't know, we'll see. So, I don't know how easily y'all can tell on the camera, but this raised bed is sloping down like this. There's probably like a 4 or 5 inch drop, just eyeballing it. So what we're doing here is I'm just gonna tier it. This side's gonna be the lowest. It's all what the purpose of what these rocks are is so I can get each one of these sections completely flat. Raised beds can become hydrophobic pretty easily, and it's a lot easier to get them to hold water if you have the top of them completely flat. That way when it rains, it doesn't all run to one side and drop down, and then it leaves this side over here dry. And pretty quickly that can end up in hydrophobic soil. So if you have something sloping like this, either you can flatten the bed from the bottom, which was just, we didn't do that. It was gonna take a lot of time and dirt and energy to do that. So we're just gonna tier it like this. So I'm gonna add the dirt to it, and we're gonna level it out. We'll time lapse it, add some good music, and then next week we'll do another episode and we're gonna put flower beds probably about 1 foot wide on each side of these high tunnels, and it'll be a really beautiful space in here. So I'm excited to see the end product.